This is for the show Orpheus Descending, which we're fitting up about 4.5 weeks from now. And it's going to be one of 4 windows that are hung above the stage. They're in at the top of the show. And then I think the idea is that as the show opens, those windows fly up and tilt back to a 45-degree angle, kind of making a canopy above the stage. So they're kind of like it's like a shop window that plays set inside like a grocery store, like a dry goods store. And the idea is that it's pouring down with rain, so we've got rain pouring down these windows as the show starts, and the rain continues to pour down the window as they fly out and tilt back to their what I think is going to be an angle of about 45 degrees. And this is a prototype. I won't actually be using this one in the show. I've got a submersible pond pump in there, and there's a pipe that runs up the side here. You can't see it, it's concealed behind this cladding, but it continues into that. And I've got a series of water irrigation jets running along the top. So the water runs down the window, back into this collection tank, which is kind of disguised. The cable will actually be running up the inside of the frame, but that's all kind of concealed with claddings, and the water just goes back down to the tank and gets pumped back up to the top. Water starts to do some strange things with the surface tension on very clean, shiny acrylic. And we've started spraying cotton gum primer onto the surface here. It kind of roughs it up, it makes it spread out a little bit more. It starts to look a little bit more like condensation on there. You can see that's quite a different kind of effect to these sort of rivulets that you're getting on it. We've got lighting that we're putting inside this as well. There's going to be on what's the dry side of the window a load of LED strips all built down this side, and they'll be boxed in as well. The only way to do it really is to build a prototype like this first and muck about with it. So I've had Paul Wills, the designer, and Chris David, the lighting designer up here, and Kay, who's heading up the lighting on this show, and we've put some lights in it and we've mucked about with it, and we think we've got a half-decent plan now as to how we're going to go about constructing these things, and it will be something more or less like this. It's been a little bit out of the ordinary, this, because it's been so led by the mechanics of it and the way the whole thing's had to balance, that it's been quite difficult for Paul, I think, to actually have a really clear idea about the detailed aspects of this. It would have been very difficult for him to have given us very specific designs for it, I think.
So I think the idea for the windows came about from Williams's initial description in the text, which describes a storm happening outside the dry goods store. So I just really wanted to bring that element in it, and so decided to have these windows flown into the space, which self-rain, and then to just always keep a sense of that oppression of the rain kind of hanging over when they move up, just creating a ceiling so that there's always this kind of heavy looming oppressive force kind of hanging above the shop.
We've kind of only really been building the real windows for the last sort of 10 days or so, but it was probably about 4 weeks previously to that I built the first mock-up window, and there was probably 2 or 3 weeks prior to that I first kind of started investigating the project and researching the pumps and whatnot, which I think we spoke about a little bit last time. Well, we've got the Thursday today, so we've got today and tomorrow, and then we've got 2 weeks. So we're in a great place on this. It'll take us as long to figure this single window out and get all the claddings prepped for this as it will to do all 3 of those, because once we've worked it out, we can just triple cut everything and we know exactly what we're doing, and we can just get it all bashed down.